Hello, I'm Joan Howard, and this is my collection of Morpeth characters knitted.
Tell us a little bit about how all this started.
Well, I was asked by the Diocese of Newcastle to knit women of the Bible, and which I did, and from then on it just kind of spied. I've been knitting since I was a child, taught by my grandmother, obviously, and then when I was Mayoress to Nick Best, the year after, I entered the Morpeth Gathering competition for a character doll. So I thought, oh, it's got to be a Mayor of Morpeth, and it turned out to look like Nick Best.
So that's how it all got started?
That's how it all got started, because following that, Kim asked if I would do some Morpeth characters. So she gave me a list of things, people to do, and so my first one was Lord Collingwood. So I had to just I had the basic doll pattern anyway, and just literally find out what kind of costume he would wear and how to create it.
So talk me a little bit through the process. How does it start, and how long does it take to make a character?
The basic doll can take me no more than 2 hours to knit. Then it's got to be sewn up and stuffed with what we call teddy guts, but it's some kind of filling anyway. And then once that's done and the features are on, you have to decide what costume you're going to put onto each character. So, and for that I had to research, take photographs of people, etc., to find out what sort of thing they would wear.
And what's the most difficult part of the job?
It's the detail, the attention to detail. Like Collingwood's coat, all the braiding and getting it right, getting the stripes right on his sleeve, the epaulets on his shoulders. So yeah, I think it's the attention to detail, getting that right. Basic coats and things and trousers, quite simple. It's putting the final touches.
And what about the materials themselves? Are they all easily come by?
Well, I just kept asking people for odd bits of wool and buying what I had to. I was trawling flea markets and charity shops for old necklaces and things and chains that I could cut up and add. And I had lace and things in for the jabots and things. So yeah, it was.
So how long is the list of characters now? How many have you done?
I've done, for the Morpeth Antiquarians, I've done 16 so far, and one of which was a commission following a talk I gave to them in June.
Yes, tell us about that character.
It's Jimmy Pape, the chimney sweep, who died in 1950. And it was his great-great-granddaughter who was at the talk, and she was mentioning it and I said, well, yes, if you'd like me to do one, send me photographs or something and I'll see what I can do, which she did. And she sent me those and told me the story about how he made his own coffin. But sadly, at the end, when he died, he couldn't fit into it. So that's how, and he was a chimney sweep. So I thought, oh, I'll have to do a chimney sweep's brush as well.
And he also managed to work his coffin in.
Oh, I did, yes. And in fact, when I sent her the photograph and said, she says, I bet you thought you'd never be knitting a coffin. I did offer her the doll, but she said she would like it kept with the collection. So that's why it's there. And of course, Nick I had anyway, the mayor. So it's while he's not a Morpethian as such, he was a mayor of Morpeth.
So is there an endless list of characters, or have you still got more to work on?
I haven't any commissions yet, but we've had a look, and there's Joseph Crowhall. So if I can get the information from him, if anybody else thinks of a character or wants a doll, they've just got to let me know. Send me photographs, give me some detail, and I can start, because I'm not doing anything at the moment.
And it goes without saying that this is something that you enjoy.
I do, actually. Much better than knitting garments. You know, I like the creativity. I like to get my brain into gear to think, how am I going to do one? You know, what they're going to look like? How am I going to create? I know, and I do have to use card as well for Emily Davison's hat. I've just put card around that to stiffen it. Tommy Longstaff's was a taller hat, so I just have to use a bit of imagination.
And tell us a little bit about some of the more unusual characters. We've heard about the chimney sweep and his coffin, but I believe that your most recent one is quite an interesting story as well.
John Rastrick. Now, we haven't any photographs of him, but Kim says, how soon can you knit a doll? Because somebody wants to do a video of him. I thought, okay. That was Tuesday. I handed it over on Thursday.
Wow.
I just had to guess. And there is a video out which shows my doll, and what he's done in that video with that doll is amazing. So if you find it on YouTube, do have a look at it. It's really clever what he's done with it. But yeah, 2 days. I think that was the quickest one I've done.
So what happens to the collection? It's on show at the moment in cabinets as part of Heritage Open Days, but where do all these characters live normally?
Well, I think they're going to remain in the cabinets until such time. I have been asked to give a talk sometime to U3A craft group, so I'm going to leave them here until such time as I'm giving that talk, and we'll take them out then. And they can either stay in the box under my bed, or I can give them back.
Now, almost all of the characters that you've done are no longer with us, but there are quite a few, not the least Nick, who are still with us. What do they make of their woolen characterizations?
I think you'll need to ask them.